Okay, I don't know what we're going to do with this, but just in case.
Okay.
We might do something with it. Might be a mini episode.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to See You on the Other Side.
Get those out of the way. Welcome back to See You on the Other Side.
Okay, talk to me.
So if you know, I've been like, the past couple of weeks, I've been diving into human design.
Right. And I know nothing about anything.
Okay.
So.
I tried to get into astrology. Never could get into it.
Okay.
The enneagram types, like the personality types. Like I know what I am.
I'll read it, but yeah.
I never really dove fully in. Human design.
Okay.
Came across the website. What the fuck is this? I tried to explain it to Jason and he's like, hold the fuck up. This sounds insane. And I'm like, I know, but hear me out. It goes by where you're born, your birthday, and your time of birth. And
right,
this
because you did it on me.
Yes. So this is basically
and I know nothing about this.
Okay. So it tells you your energy type, how you function in life, your intuition, how you should trust your intuition, because we all are designed different ways. I'm telling you, I have never read anything so accurate in my entire life. So I read Jason's. So accurate with you and I. Read yours. Everybody that I have read so far on this, and I am not a human design expert. This is just something I came across and I downloaded an app.
Well, and also it's not something you can say, oh, I am that, because it's like, it's literally like where you're born, what time you're born.
Yeah.
Like all,
and because
like factual.
you might be one of these 5 things, but everything else is different.
I know when you text me, you're like, what time were you born? What city were you born? And what was the other thing? When's your birthday? I was like, okay.
Like, what is this? Okay. Going with it. Okay. So there's 5 different human design types. There's a generator, which is a number 1. Number 2, manifesting generator. Number 3, a manifester. Number 4, a projector. And number 5, a reflector.
Okay.
Okay. So if you can get down to, there are 5 main types.
Okay.
That's really the basics, but there is so much more to this. There are levels to this. Okay. I did my chart and your chart, and this is where it's crazy because I've done several friends and no one else has been the same as me on the personality type.
Interesting. Okay.
So I'm a manifester, which if you had told me this 2 years ago, I'd been like, fuck you. No. Now I really think I am. I think that where I am in my life today has been manifested. Okay. You are,
you sent it to me.
I did send it to you. You're a projector.
Okay. So what does that mean?
Oh, do you want to know?
Yeah, I do. Oh, I have this here, I think.
A projector has the gift of seeing things in a way that others can't.
Shut the fuck up. We were just talking about that with Tony.
That's what I'm saying. Like all of these things, like everything makes sense. There would be little things that you would say and I'd be like, oh my God. I can't wait to read this for you. Okay. So a projector has the gift of seeing things in a way that others can't. You are here to tweak, improve, and make things more efficient in specific ways that only you are able to, whether that's reading into people, devising systems, or designing new ways of doing things. Each projector has a special ability of their own. It's like being a bird up on a branch. You can see the lions and the zebras trying to go from A to B. And because you have a vantage point, you can help get them there.
Wow.
So that's your type.
Okay.
I am a manifester.
Okay. I thought we were the same. So we're different?
No. We're the same personality types. This is very different. That's why I'm like, this is a very long process.
Okay.
So you're a projector. I'm a manifester.
Okay.
Those are the 5 main types.
Okay.
What's
a manifester?
Manifestors are wild, strong, playful creatures. You were born with a strong sense of who you wanted to be, and you were born knowing how to raise yourself.
Oh, wow.
It's likely that the adults in your life were told to discipline and regulate your natural urges because that's what they're told is the right thing to do with kids. But the thing with discipline is it actually constricts your energy and tells you it's not good to be wild, spontaneous, or a strong person when that's really exactly who you came here to be.
Holy shit.
Not only are you meant to be like that, but that's actually when people will love you the most, even if you don't know that consciously or they don't know that consciously. Anyway, it says, even though you may have been praised for being obedient and abandoning your own wants, giving yourself the license to do whatever the fuck you want is your role in this lifetime. And that's why I was like, no fucking way. I'm not a man. Like, I'm not that. But now I'm like,
yes, I am that.
Yes, I am that. The role of a manifester, I'll read your role in a second. The role of a manifester is I'm an initiator. I get the ball rolling. I start something. I create a movement, often without trying. And then others can join in. I do what I want.
I do what I want.
It says doing what you want. The thing about creating new movements is that others are never going to understand it before you've actually gone ahead and done it.
This podcast.
Girl, so many.
All right.
Okay, yours.
Okay.
Your role as a projector. It's loading.
When I think of projector, I'm like, oh no, am I like projecting?
No. This is why it's like, this is so crazy accurate. Your role here is to help us work and function better. And it starts with you. It says you will be valued for what you see rather than what you do.
100%.
People don't value you based on how much you work. They value you based on how much you're adding to their lives.
Holy shit.
You're here to show, present, teach, consult, or guide others towards a new or better way of life, no matter what your actual job title is.
I love that.
It says your system is built very efficiently, so you can get done in 3 hours what we've been taught takes us 8. You've been taught that overworking makes you important and successful, but you will always feel depleted and unsatisfied if you fall into this belief. You can end up putting so much of your energy into something and not getting anything in return.
Wow. So an interesting thing about that too is I feel I've worked the least that I've ever worked. And I feel very energized by doing this podcast, but obviously it's a hobby right now.
Right now.
Well, right now.
Right now.
An emphasis on right now. But I've worked getting paid to do something the least that I've ever worked in my life, and I feel the most fulfilled.
Yes.
Than I've ever felt in my life. I used to feel like a piece of shit.
Well, let me tell you what this says about you. Let me tell you about you.
Okay.
You are here on this earth to unchain yourself from this obsession with productivity that we've all been conditioned with. You just said this, and now I'm like,
gripping my chair, you guys.
So that you can be a master at making the rest of the world more harmonious and efficient. The more you're helping improve the way we live and work, the more successful you become.
Holy fuck.
This also says only share your gifts with people who want to receive them. So deep down, you know you have valuable advice and guidance that could help people, and you've possibly felt this way since you were a child.
Yes.
However, you've probably also felt a time in your life when you've given someone advice you knew was valuable, but it was unwelcomed and unreceived. Holy shit, we just talked about this.
I was literally just talking to you about this before we even started recording.
Do you know why I was exploding now? Do you understand why I was wanting to explode on this?
Oh my gosh, so that's when we were upstairs and you're like, okay, I gotta wait.
This is why. I'm glad I waited. When someone doesn't have a desire or interest in what you have to share, anything you say will literally bounce right off their energy instead of sinking in. So you may think that you're helping, but if they're not open to it, it's not going to land. You keep trying to get certain people to get it, and you will only deplete your own energy by doing that. Only focus on sharing your guidance with people who actually want what you have.
Holy shit. How did you find out about this?
I don't even remember. I was like,
see,
what?
You're somebody who you get so curious and you go down all of these.
It says that about me. I'll tell you.
All right.
I mean, there's so much that I could read about you on this level, but I'm not going to go down that hole.
Okay. All right. You have to send this to me.
I'm going to send it to you.
Because I'm literally going to do a deep dive on
You're going to do a deep dive on
you.
all your friends and Tony and everybody. Because I have like a whole list of people on here that are like there's like a place for friends.
Is this an app?
Yeah, it's an app.
Jesus Christ.
Because I was reading articles about it before, but never really, there was so much to learn. And then I found out about this app and I'm like, holy shit. This just compiled it all into one thing.
Go ahead and charge my card $2.99
$4.99 a month. It's $4.99 a month, and I'm paying
Worth it.
Worth it. Okay. So the manifestor thing, the role of a manifestor. I already said that, right? Doing what you want, embracing your bigness.
Yeah. So you're the manifestor. I'm the
manifestor, and you're the projector.
That's why we make a good team.
So this is where we are the same.
Okay.
Our personalities.
Okay.
This is how you come across for yourself and how you come across to the world.
Okay.
Now, here's what's crazy about this. We're both a 3 and a 5.
Okay.
I think there's 6, maybe 7 different types of personalities.
Okay.
There are different orders because the first is the way you see yourself.
And the other
is the way the world sees you.
Okay.
So these could be a 5 and a 3, a 2 and a 6,
right?
A 4 and a 1.
But we're both 3 and a 5.
We're both 3 first, 5 second.
Okay, so how do we see ourselves?
You're going to die.
Okay.
This is where I was talking to you earlier about, like, we've had these conversations about, like,
and how crazy
people
is it
not
that we're the
wanting,
same?
I know. It's not, but it is.
But it is.
People not wanting to go into their subconscious and not wanting to do mushrooms or being afraid of doing these things. And so you and I have always been like, why is that? Why are we different? Why are we the ones who did this? And we both kind of agreed that it's because we've gone through so much.
Well, and for me, like, I'm like, I saw you and I saw you were different. And so I was like, well, I want to feel good and I want to feel at peace. So whatever you're doing, why the fuck wouldn't I do that? I didn't even question. I was like, yeah, so okay. I'm going to do this. Okay.
I'm about to blow your mind.
Okay.
Number 3.
Uh-huh.
The experimenter. It gets better.
Okay.
Your inside self is an adventurer and an experimenter. You like to experience new things. You like to see what works and what doesn't, and you get wisdom from the outcome. The main thing that prevents you from truly embracing this is that our culture doesn't see the value in being open to life teaching us. We feel safer intellectualizing about life rather than really living it. And that's talking about, like, as a whole, like,
right,
the world. But for an experimenter, you are meant to trust that life is the best school possible and every outcome contains wisdom that helps you get to the next level. You're here to jump into life with both feet first because you have to taste life and live it to its fullest. It's a need of ours. What doesn't work out is just another stepping stone on the way to success. The quicker you embrace that for some things might not work out, you will be faster at getting to a point of succeeding. You're naturally designed to live through a trial and error process.
Holy shit.
So find a way to feel powerful as you do it and see it as fun, interesting, and playful. And know that failing doesn't make you bad or say anything about you personally. It just means that you are unafraid to try things when most people are.
Well, and literally.
You are designed to be brave.
Wow.
So this is why we jumped in.
Yeah.
Well, and I've always said that about myself. I will try anything once just because I want to know what it feels like.
Yeah.
For myself.
Yeah.
I'm too curious not to.
Which is interesting because I have always been like that, but in regards to drug use, not so much because of how I was conditioned to think that it was bad and scary and not good for me or I would die. Like,
and
really
that's what it just said.
things.
The thing that prevents us from truly embracing it is that the culture of our world doesn't see the value in doing these things. But now we're like, we're experimenting, guys.
Well, and look at us doing this podcast.
Yeah.
We're sharing our experiences to help others. Hopefully.
So we're 3 and a 5.
Okay.
3 is experimenter.
Okay.
A 5.
So this is how other people view us.
The liberator.
Okay.
You have a save the day energy about you. You love to help people, whether it's strangers or loved ones. You value all people equally. And because of this, and because you're naturally likable, people subconsciously sense that you can help them, guide them, or lead them somehow.
Shut the fuck up.
Sometimes they might put that expectation on you, whether they know they're doing it or not. Your work as a liberator is to discern which situations are yours to fix and save and which ones are not. Just because you can fix it doesn't mean you should. Sometimes liberators try to fix everything because they want to make everyone happy. But if you step in and fix things for approval and recognition, you'll only deplete yourself and become your not self.
Wow.
When you're doing something that you actually want to do, and it means it's correct for you. And when you're stepping in and improving the correct situations, they'll actually give you a burst of energy, which is why this podcast is
replenishes
doing what
us.
we're meant to do without feeling depleted.
Wow. Because the people who want to listen will listen.
Mm-hmm.
The people who want to listen and go do something about it will go do something about it.
Which feeds into you as a projector, because it was saying not everybody wants to hear what you have to say and not everybody's going to be open to it. But we would like to think that if you're listening to this, like, you're interested in what we have to say.
Absolutely.
If you're not, don't listen.
Right.
It's that easy.
Right.
But we're not projecting it onto you in a way that you have to listen, but it's there if you want to.
Right.
Right?
Wow.
Okay, so this is when those two personality types come together.
Okay.
So a 3 and a 5, an experimenter and a liberator. When those two things are in conjunction with each other, you are constantly dancing with life and here to lift everyone up with the findings of that dance.
Oh my gosh.
All the experimenting and experiences make 3 5s the subject matter experts on life, the ups and the downs, the good and the bad, the messy of it all and the beauty of it all. The secret to making this work in your favor as a human, is as your design and a
I'm
human
like
being.
getting emotional.
I know it's a lot, is in the way that you frame it. If you can see it all as wisdom and take it gratefully and lightly, your life will be filled with fun and extraordinary experiences that just keep getting better and better. Everyone will magnetize to you because even when you're in the uncomfortable, you navigate through it with such a lightness of spirit that everyone craves and life feels so much easier. You can give high highs and live your design. And it's not to say that you won't have challenging moments, but you will know how to alchemize them and turn them into gold.
Wow.
This says, because society praises drama and pain, 3 5s can often feel like they should hold on to the heaviness and hardness of their lows, which only serves to perpetuate the lows. So I don't know what that was saying. When you share your life experience and wisdom with others with that beautiful lightness and spirit, it makes everyone feel more unafraid and excited, perhaps learning more about the parts that society doesn't always want us to explore.
Oh my gosh.
This is the first time I'm reading this far into this. So I am also
And I was literally just telling you, I got my hair done yesterday and all of the stylists, they were so curious about the podcast and what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And it made me feel so good because I'm sharing it, but I'm sharing it with people who
they want to hear.
They want to hear this and they want to learn.
I want to read this again because I'm trying to process this because I'm glowing right now.
I know.
My cheek hurt. When you share your life experiences and wisdom with others with that beautiful lightness of spirit, it makes everyone else feel more unafraid, more excited, and perhaps learning more about the parts that society doesn't always want us to explore. 3 5s are seen as the most relatable and lovable people. This draws people to want to live vicariously through you, to learn about your wisdom on life. And the world has valued you for what you know, but your value... Wait. The world has valued us for what we know, but for you, your value is in what you have learned.
And what we learned because of what we experienced.
Mm-hmm.
And so all of those things, we've always bonded on our trauma, but all of those things, they happened, but now we're here and we can share the good, the bad, the ugly, but how they shaped us and literally led us to this moment.
Right?
Wow.
Okay, my app is being slow again.
That's so fucking crazy.
So there's strategies, and a strategy is how you make things happen. My strategy is to inform.
To inform. Wow. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't want to get into that because you and I are very different. Okay. I'm an informer You are your strategy is to be invited.
What does that mean?
You want me to read it?
I mean, just a little bit.
You're here to guide people towards good, better things. But first you have to make sure that the people you're about to share your guidance with actually want to hear or receive it.
Wow.
You've probably given unsolicited advice before and found that it doesn't lead to good things on either side. Maybe people shut you out, call you bossy, or you're left feeling underappreciated and undervalued.
Story of my fucking life.
You wonder why other people just don't get it. You've probably been aware that you know things or see things a certain way that could help other people since you were a child. And it's normal to want to share those things, but not everybody wants to hear it or is ready to hear it. And it's not your job to make them. If you are here right now, there are plenty of people who do want to benefit from you guiding them. You just have to turn your light on so they can see it before they ask for it. Turning your light on is about recognizing what it is that you see so well that others don't, and what specific take you have on something that exists, or what niche subject you don't understand so clearly that others don't, or a niche subject that you do understand so clearly that others don't.
Wow.
Being invited can be as overt as an offer or request for your services. It can also be more subtle, like someone asking a question where underneath you can sense the tone of being interested, but maybe they're too shy to ask you. Either way, an invitation is when a person sees that what you have to offer is genuine and they actually want to receive it.
Wow.
So this is kind of interesting because I feel like it's like this is an invitation. A podcast is an invitation to listen to what I have to say.
Yeah.
And you're not waiting on an invitation. It's here.
And if you want to listen,
if you want to listen, you can listen.
And if you're not into it, that's okay too.
So mine is an informer. It says, I'm not meant to try to make things happen. I'm meant to go off and do them on my own, which doesn't involve asking for anyone's permission or anything. This is about trusting. You should trust your urges, and they'll kick off a chain reaction of other people who see what you're up to, but they don't and shouldn't think about the side effects when you do your thing. So me saying, I don't think about the consequences. I just fucking do it. Create what you're called to create. Do and say what's trying to come out of you. And remember that whatever it is you're up to, there are going to be people who want to get on your train. And in order for the right people to be magnetized to you, all you have to do is openly share what you're doing, thinking, working, or considering. This is informing. Wow. You activate a sorting mechanism that ensures that all the right parts come together without you really having to make it come together. All the perfect circumstances tend to unfold, and what you bring to people's attention to what you're starting. In terms of energy, what you do is the cause that everyone else reacts to, which creates the effects.
Holy shit.
All you have to do is inform. This may sound easy enough, but for a manifester, unapologetically sharing without shrinking is challenging. The world conditions you to believe that you shouldn't be doing that. So a lot of times you have this tendency to hesitate or err on the side of discretion, but you just want to go off and do your own thing in silence because then you won't encounter questioning, resistance, interference, judgment, or criticism. Being seen is scary for you. This says, but there's another way. It's your energy that actually dictates how sharing openly is received. When a manifestor is totally accepting of their true nature and urges, because at the end of the day, the universe gave them to you. So who are you to question them? Then share them without needing the acceptance from the outside world. Ironically, people accept it more because they're responding to your energy around it, and the right people will adore it.
Yes, bitch. I love how I'm just like in the background while you're reading all these, like, whoa, yeah, no shit, oh shit, oh my God.
Okay, so this is the things that I don't want to talk about. This, like, how you know you're right on the right path. You feel peace when you're on the right path.
Yeah, is there anything else to it?
Or I feel peace when I'm on the right path. You know you're on the right path because you feel successful. When you're not doing the things that are aligned for you, you feel bitterness. I feel anger. How you manifest, this is crazy because mine is non-specific and yours is also non-specific.
What does that mean?
Oh, you want me to get into it?
Yes.
So this is interesting because my friend Sarah is also, she manifests non-specific. And we were talking about this yesterday because I've always had a hard time with vision boards. Have you ever made one? I
can't do that. No, I can't.
Let me tell you why.
Oh my God.
It's because you're a non-specific manifester. You were designed to manifest in a non-specific way, which is a method that's very new to the world. Traditionally, we tell people to get clear on exactly what they want down to a T, make a vision board, write lists. This style is very much about the person and what the person wants. And we get told, if you don't know what you want, you're never going to get it. This is not true for us. We're non-specific manifestors. You can have beautiful things happen in your life without having asked for them or wanted them specifically. Your work is to have a general idea of what you want and then stay open to how the universe will fill in the blanks.
I love that.
Because it is so much greater than what you could have even imagined for yourself.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
So let's say you have a general idea. Let's say you want to have a career in journalism. You don't know which magazine is your ideal one. And some people are like, I want to work for Vogue and I want to do this and I want to work under this person. You and I are like, I want to be a journalist. I don't know what that's going to look like, but I'm open to receiving whatever it is.
So my thing was, this is so funny. When I was younger, I auditioned for The Real World and I made it to like where I was going to like meet with like executive producers and interview, but I had gotten in a car accident and had gotten a concussion. And so I didn't go because I always thought that I would, and again, this may sound stupid, but I don't really care. I thought that I would have a career of just being myself. I don't even know, just literally like living my life and being myself and then like talking about it. That's what I thought would, and it is, I'm doing that. I'm just doing it in a different way.
Right.
In a much different way that honestly serves me so much more.
You couldn't have even imagined it.
Right. I couldn't. So like if you asked me to write a list or to make a vision board or to like, you know, even when I opened six packs or before I opened six packs and Tony and I wrote down a business plan, like I can't do that. I was literally acting like a 3-year-old. I was like hanging upside down in the chair and like, because it's just, I can't do like, it just doesn't interest me in that way. I would rather just experience life and kind of have stuff happen how it happens.
Let it flow.
And let it flow. But that's not very accepted.
No.
In where we live. And, you know, everything is such a hustle lifestyle where I feel better, where I'm just kind of experiencing life and whatever opportunities hit me, they just hit me. And I just want to be myself and get paid to do it.
Well, it's interesting that you say that because this says the feelings are more important than the details. So how most people would have this idea or manifestation or vision board of being a journalist and working for these big companies, what we would do is, I mean, yeah, there are some people who are specific manifestors.
Absolutely.
If you do this app, you might be a specific manifester.
Yeah.
We are very non-specific for this reason. Says, sure, you can manifest specific things, but have you ever worked to get something you thought you wanted, but it didn't make you feel how you hoped it would? Or something else interferes and it goes a different way?
Holy shit. Yeah, owning a business for both of us.
So this says something about instead of manifesting that career in journalism and being clear on exactly what you want, just be clear that you want to work in a place that enables you to feel valued, allows you to write the things you want, be filled with the people that inspire you. Get clear on the core essence of the thing you want instead of worrying about what it looks like.
Wow.
Which is what you just said.
Holy shit.
You just want to be yourself.
Yeah.
And you don't know what that's going to look like.
Yeah, I want to be myself and I want to be able to have a big personality and it be accepted and say and do the things that I want. But I'm like, what kind of fucking job would that entail? And here we are.
Here we are. This will be a job. This will be a job. Okay, so yeah, I said we weren't going to say that and then we did. Okay, this is where it gets interesting. Your life theme, which is basically your purpose in this life, what you are here to do.
All right.
Okay, this is you. To manage situations so that everyone involved has what they need. Every human lifetime has a different theme. Your life theme describes the main energy you're meant to bring into everything you do. It's called a theme because it's meant to run through all areas in your life. So not just work. This is like work, career, relationships, friendships. When you live according to your life theme, that's when you know you're on the road to your purpose. So as far as the universe is concerned, your purpose is not just achieved at work. It doesn't compartmentalize like that. It wants you sharing that specific essence everywhere you go. When you bring your essence to the table, you signal to the universe. Okay, so that's just explaining what your purpose is.
Wow.
Okay. You, what did I say you are? To manage situations so that everyone involved has what they need. In a group or community, you have this incredible instinct for knowing who needs to perform what task in order to get the best outcome and where everyone ends up satisfied. You can see the best way for any person to work best with anyone else because you can look at a person and just tell what they have to offer others and what they need from others. You're highly tuned into people and what they need to be well and happy and thriving. This makes you excellent at guiding groups and projects.
Wow.
And ensuring the best outcome for everyone and the proper use of everyone's energy.
So this is going to sound weird, but I like, and I'm not trying to say this in a bossy way, I like telling people what to do, and I know people's strengths, but I don't necessarily want to do it. Does that make sense?
It does make sense because I'm not good at that.
Yeah, like I'm good at, like I'm not necessarily doing it. I can see like, oh, I'm not good at this, but this person is awesome at this. And so I'm like, that's never going to intimidate me or whatever. I'm like, no, you should do this because you're awesome.
Well, that's what you're saying. Right. This is like that whole bird's eye view thing. Like you're from the outside or from the top looking down saying, oh, you're really good at that. I need you over here. That's your role.
Yeah, but my role isn't really doing it. And that sounds weird.
No.
Yeah.
That's not weird at all.
I know, but I always thought it was. Because I was like, once it comes to like doing a task, I'm like, okay, I'm bored. I don't know what to do. Like,
this makes perfect sense. Your job isn't to do it. Your job is to put other people on the job to do it for you. Not do it for you, but you know their strengths and weaknesses. And that's something that a lot of people don't have.
Well, and see, I thought that was a weakness of mine.
No.
Because once it came to a task, I'm like, I thought it was like ADD or something kicking in.
This says efficiency runs in your bones. So when you show up with your skill, you save everyone time, money, and energy, and just help us get straight to the best way things could possibly unfold. That is your role.
Tony is literally going to love hearing this because he always says this about me.
This also makes you an excellent peacekeeper, consultant, provider, and leader.
Wow.
That's it. Mine.
Okay, let's go to yours.
My role in life, my purpose in this life.
Have you read this yet?
I read mine. Okay. I didn't read yours.
Okay.
I read our 3s and 5s because I'm like, she's going to die.
I know. This is crazy. This is blowing my mind
right now. This is the most accurate thing I've ever read. So my purpose in life is to make people more receptive to new ideas. Shut the fuck up. You are someone who's very open to new thoughts and insights, which mostly comes to you through an inner knowing. It's like you just know things but can't explain where it came from. By sharing these thoughts with people, you open their minds up to thinking in new ways. Whenever you expand yourself up to receive new thoughts and then share them, you expand others to think in new ways too. This is your purpose. The key with this theme is to trust that what's coming to you has value. It isn't silly. It's not random. And just because it didn't come from a book, it came from a higher source and you're the channel through which it can be delivered.
Holy fuck.
Now let me go back to, remember when I was saying in the last episode that we just did 10 minutes ago, that I am a Y and I'm a digger and Jason is a, I don't know, maybe.
Yes.
I have the information. That is my purpose. Is to share it and to open your eyes to something that you didn't realize could be a possibility. So,
wow.
How crazy is this?
Well, and even like when we met up for lunch and you told me my
experience.
Yeah, you just, all you did was tell me about your experience. And I was like, oh my God, sign me up. Right. But it was just, you just sharing what you'd gone through.
Right.
And that's it.
That's it.
You weren't like, hey, you should do this. This would be so good for you. You're just like, I did this. This is the knowledge that I have now.
Yeah. And that's literally what it says. By sharing these thoughts with people, you open their minds up to thinking in new ways.
Yeah.
So how
but
insanely accurate.
Well, and even before mushrooms, I had never really gotten into cannabis. But because you used your voice and you shared information, I was more open.
And I said something to you about empaths.
That's another one.
Okay. Can I tell you something?
And that's too another thing. Like, I've said this where because you shared that in certain things with me, you just shared it. You weren't saying you have to do this or you have to whatever. You just shared it. Like, I thought of you as like that big sister.
Do you remember when I told you the first time I met the shaman, she said something like, you have a voice and when you find it, you won't shut the fuck up. I don't think she said it in that way, but she was like, you won't shut up.
Yeah.
And there was an episode where I talked about me saying all these things to Jason and him being like, my God, you're resilient. And I said the wrong word. It was really supposed to be like, my God, you're relentless.
Relentless.
Relentless was the word that I listened back to. And I was like, fuck, I said the wrong word. Relentless, because I don't shut up about my experiences, about the things. I'm like holding my cheeks because they hurt so bad. We just been sitting
and
here
another
smiling.
thing too is, you know, you've spoken openly about your postpartum, but people want to hear it. People respond to it because please stop making that face. It resonates with them. I'm trying to talk to you about something serious here. I need you to stop. Like,
my cheeks hurt.
I know.
Okay.
That's good though.
It's a good thing.
Yeah,
okay.
It's a good hurt. I didn't like punch you in the face.
No,
We're just, like,
no. We're just
and...
like smiling and laughing. And okay. Okay. Tell me.
No, it's just, you've always been that. You didn't, I don't think ever, you didn't always realize it. But even when you spoke openly about depression and your mental health and cannabis and mushrooms and healing and this podcast, when you just use it and use your voice and you're unapologetic about it, the right people are going to respond. Me being one of those people.
And what's interesting about this, I've done this to about like 5 friends so far, and I've done it to my husband, and I can't wait for you to take this home and do it for Tony. Because the app,
I have my afternoon
let me just
planned.
say, the app is free, but in order to add people to it and to see what their human design is,
which I'm going to do,
it's $4.99 a month that you can cancel anytime, but I'm probably not going to. Actually, I'll probably add all my friends and then I'll cancel it because it's just interesting to know these things about other people because now everything makes sense.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, oh.
You don't feel shame.
Yes.
For how you are.
So what's crazy about this, Jason was like, and where did this come from? And I started reading about where it came from. And I was like, you're going to think I'm crazy because this guy, and I believe it. Maybe you'll believe this.
Okay. Tell me. He's so used to your ass by now.
He's so used
Tony.
to me saying crazy shit by now. So I was like reading this and like not wanting to say it because I'm like, you're gonna think this is crazy. Okay, it's been around for 35 years. The founder, his name is Ra Uru Hu. And as soon as I said that, he's like, shh, Leah. He encountered a voice during a spiritual awakening that lasted for 8 days, where this entity shared information with him that would later become the human design blueprint.
Holy fuck.
Now, I believe that.
I mean, everything
with
that
the
I've
shit
learned,
that I've learned through my psychedelic experiences and the spiritual moments that I've had, I believe this.
But if you haven't done psychedelics,
it's hard.
You can't even fathom it.
No.
But now that I've experienced it myself, I'm like,
it doesn't say what he did, but I'm like, I want to know what he did. So But what's interesting about it is whether or not this guy was a quack, I don't think he was, but whether he was or not, reading about myself in a way that's been so accurate and so, I was saying this to Jason last night, because 2 years ago, if I had read my human design, I would have been like, that doesn't make any sense. But now that I even said to him before we even started the podcast, when this was just a baby or, such a small thing, I was like, I have never felt more close to feeling my full authentic self and fulfilling my life purpose. And I know that doesn't make sense to a lot of people, but I feel like this is it. And if it's not it, it's the next step.
Yeah.
And so now I'm reading all of this stuff and I'm like, holy fuck.
Right. Well, and I think too, we're so wired that we have to fit in a box.
Yeah.
How many people are on this earth? We can't all fit into the same box.
You can't do what I'm doing.
Right. So the expectation that I'm going to be like you, even though we have a lot of similarities.
Yes.
Right? We're still two very different people with very different experiences, and it's shaped us who we are. So having that expectation of like, we have to be lumped together and be alike or act alike or work 40 hours a week, or to be successful, you have to be a doctor, lawyer, accountant, yada, yada,
Make
yada.
a lot of money.
It's so ingrained in us. So even me saying like, I struggle to write the business plan. I struggle to just sit 8 hours in school and just stay on task. I'm better with feelings and delegating what people should do. Like, that resonates with me for a reason. There's a reason why all of those things didn't work out for me, because it wasn't me living my authentic self. Where what you're explaining, that is. That is, I'm like, you're like hitting the nail on the head every time.
Every time.
And so I'm like, oh shit, wow, fuck, yes, that's me. Yep. Hit the nail on the head to a T. Like,
but it's crazy how you, like, the non-specific manifesting, how it was like you just wanted to be yourself and make money doing it. And we've talked about like taking this and turning it into bigger than just a podcast. Right. We don't want this to be just a podcast. We want this to be a community, and we want to help people. But the fact that there have been people along this journey with me along the way in the last couple of years, and you are the only other person who is a 3 and a 5.
Really?
That I've looked at. So I'm like, it makes sense that you and I are doing this together.
Right.
Because that is our purpose.
Yes, it's literally our purpose.
And where you wanted to make money being yourself, what you're seeing now is that you weren't even yourself then.
No.
You are just now stepping in to who you are and your authentic self. So why it was that accident that happened on the way to that calling wasn't an accident.
Right.
It was like, bitch, you're not yourself yet.
Right.
We're going to put this on the back burner until you find yourself.
Right. Yeah. There was a very good reason why I wasn't on the Real World. And
God.
Right. And me being on there, it wouldn't have been me.
No.
It wouldn't have been me at all.
You would have been the feisty.
Oh, I would have been getting drunk and fist fighting some chick.
Oh, and that's exactly what they wanted.
And again, those are the things that I did previously.
Yeah.
But it wasn't who I was, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Like, even when people are like, oh, you have, people may have judgments of you from a year ago, 10 years ago. I think about people who knew me in high school, and I'm like, but that version of me, that wasn't even me.
No.
So you're judging me on someone who I wasn't even, like, I didn't even know who I was. I was, again, we were just in this survival mode. Mm-hmm. And, at 34 years old, I'm just figuring this out. You're just figuring this out. The beautiful thing about this, though, is our children. Mm-hmm. They're going to be able to be their authentic selves.
Yeah, because we're allowing ourselves to be for the first time.
Yeah, and we're allowing them to be. Because again, if I would have told 10 years ago, hey, I just want to get paid to be myself, people would be like,
okay.
Right. And people always thought I was like dramatic or being
self-absorbed.
Yeah.
And I wasn't saying it in that way. I just like me going to school, me going to college. I was going to college because that was what was expected of me, not because of what I wanted to do. I wanted to fit into that box.
Yeah.
Where now I'm learning I don't want to fit into that box.
No.
I'm going to create my own motherfucking box.
Absolutely. We're all our each own individual, unique little box.
Yeah. And I think, again, we were conditioned to behave a certain way. And if you did this, then that meant you were good. And that meant you were successful. And that meant you were like contributing to society, where I see it very, very differently now. I'm contributing to society because I'm being myself and living authentically. Same
100%.
for you.
100%.
And our role is to use our voice and share our experiences and be our authentic selves. And hopefully people will listen to this and they will also follow suit. And it could be very different from us.
Yeah.
We expect that. But
we're not asking you to be in this box.
Right. But we are asking.
Be your own box.
Yeah. Be your own box. Whatever that is and whoever you may be. But start looking into that and diving into that on who you are.
And also stop expecting other people to be a box that you created for them.
Right.
Or a box that you think they should be.
Right.
Like, just worry about your own fucking box.
Yeah. Yeah. And, learning to surround yourselves with people who are going to embrace whatever that is. And they're going to love you for whoever you are.
So we need to leave the link to
Yes,
this
we do.
app.
We accidentally made this into an episode, you guys, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
On accident.
It was
We just started talking and we both were like,
fuck, let's hit record.
hit record. This is an episode. Because we're just talking and being ourselves. And then we're just like, wow, we should share this because this is valuable information. Think about how much better the world would be. I mean, truly.
Yeah.
One, I truly believe if everyone did mushrooms, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
That.
But more
and healed.
Than that, that's what it took for us to find ourselves.
Right. And yes, there are different avenues.
So many avenues for other people to get there. But what I am saying is mushrooms are one way. And I do feel like the world would benefit from them if everybody did them. But that's just...
They would, though.
Find your own way.
Right.
For sure.
Like, we know people who have done breath work, and that's their thing.
Absolutely.
Henry came on and talked about EMDR.
Yes.
That's another thing. It doesn't have to be one specific thing.
I think the core of it, though, the main thing in all of this is like getting to who you are.
And also when you love yourself.
Oh my God,
when you truly love, not just say it, not just post it.
Yeah.
When you truly love yourself and who you are, even the things that you may in the past have not liked about yourself, but you learn to love even what you would maybe consider the ugly or the bad.
Mm-hmm.
And you can just live your authentic self and surround yourself with people who truly love you for that would make the world such a beautiful place. And hopefully that's what we are here to do.
I hope so.
Damn. This is a good episode.
It's accidental.
And this is like the best accidental fucking episode ever.
Things happen on accident. Oh my God. Okay.
No,
now I have to we have to go get our kids and stuff.
Oh shit. Yeah, I gotta
go back to real life.
God damn it.
I know. Can we just stay down here forever?
I know. That's why I said we just need to get a big old house, just hang out in the basement. And when we start talking, we're just gonna hit record.
Yeah. Okay. So I hope you guys got something out of that. That was really
why
cool.
don't you tell them the app to download?
I really think it's just called My Human Design.
Perfect.
But there are several of them. This one specifically.
And you could just look it up.
I came across them on Instagram. There's a bunch of like people trying to turn, I don't want to say they're trying to turn it into a thing, but it's almost like this life coach thing. They're human design life coaches.
Oh, okay.
And so I follow some of them, and this one particular page that I follow, I'm like, holy shit, they got a big following and they're getting a lot of likes, and this might be the real deal. And then I looked and they had this app, and I was like, oh my God, this app is more accurate than any of the page, like all the pages are accurate.
Right.
But this streamlines it all into one place where I'm not bouncing around looking for information.
Right.
So yeah, the app is called My Human Design, and we'll leave a link for you guys. Just even if you do the free one, just for yourself to maybe have an understanding of who you are as a person, and you're not wrong or
Right. That's another thing too.
bad, or like you are just designed the way that you are because what you are has a purpose, and you have to tap into that and what you can bring to the world.
Yeah.
It's not about careers. This is so much deeper than that. This is so much deeper than what you're going to do for a living. This is
it's just
what
your life.
This is the game of life for me. This is, I found my purpose. I have found what I am meant to do and what I am designed to do. And I'm going to figure out how to make this work in a way that pays my bills.
That's awesome.
So I just want everybody to do that.
Yes.
We're on the way.
Man.
And
We're doing it, Leah. Yeah, we're doing it.
Oh.
But yes. Well, yes. Well, thank you for listening. And
shit. Thanks for listening again, guys. We'll see you on the other side.